Let's copy these notes on set representation in our spiral. You can do some bullet points, you can write it word for word, just make sure that you get down some of the important concepts. Sets can be represented as a list in roster form, by a rule using words or set builder notation, and this is going to be new, and in a Venn diagram. For example, set A is the set of colors red, yellow, blue, and green. Set B is the set of whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. Rule method or set builder notation, sometimes it's easier to describe a set in words that gives the membership rule. So a set is a collection of things, usually numbers. We can also build a set by describing what's in it. So here is an example of set builder notation. There are braces, there's an X, there's a colon, there's an X is greater than 0 and more braces. So X is just a placeholder. It can be any letter. You might also see it written like this. So the colon here and this bar also, they both represent the same thing. It means such that. It's also going to be typical to show what type of number X is. So in this case, it's a real number. So remember that this symbol right here means is a member of, an element of. And that slanted R means real numbers. So this says right here, the set of all X, that are a member, that are members of real numbers. So you have the set of all X, so that it's a member of real numbers, which is there. Remember we said that this colon, such that X is greater than or equal to 0, or all real numbers from 3 on up. So just go back to look at it one more time, and I tried to underline the color coding here. The set of all X, that's the first X. That's a member. That's right there, a member, an element. Of all real numbers, that's what that R is, such that is the colon. And then the rule, which is in blue, X is greater than or equal to 3. On a number line, you would have greater than or equal to 3 and a heavy bar going to the right to show that it's including all of those numbers in between. In interval notation, it would look like that. You would have the bracket with the 3, and then that would be plus infinity. We probably won't be getting into anything like that with this unit. The next page. So here's an example. Set T is the set of integers between 5 and 10. And this is how we would say this. Set T is the set of all X. Set T is right there. The set of all X, that's your first X. Such that, that's your colon. And now we're telling you what that set belongs to. So that set belongs to integers, right there. X is an integer. And that is your element symbol. Remember, X is an element, it's an integer. And now here's the rule. X is greater than 5 and less than 10. And when we write this out, I'm going to erase part of this. When we write this out, we are going to put the smaller number on the left, the larger number on the right, the X is in the center, and the arrows are both going the same way. If you had to look at this problem like that, that just says x is less than 10. And you can see that that fits. But if you wanted to look at it the other way and get rid of this, it says x is greater than 5. So you can see by putting the x in the center and having the smaller number on one side and the larger on the other, it's going to satisfy this rule up here where it's greater than 5 and less than 10. So this would be in your set builder notation. Now roster form is actually like the answer. So what are some values of x that's greater than 5 and less than 10, and they're integers? And that would simply be 6, 7, 8, and 9. So let's try this one. Set A is the set of integers greater than 4. So up here we had set T, so set A is, and I need my braces. And I need to say my x such that x is an element, integer should be z. I didn't change that from last year. All right, guys, got to fix that. Integers are z, not I. So, comma, integers greater than 4. X is greater than 4. So we have x, set of x such that x is an element of integers. Make that a little bit neater. And x is greater than 4. So in roster form, it would be 5, 6, 7, 8, ... Because we want to show that it's going on forever. Let's take a look at the next example. Set B is the set of whole numbers less than 10. Set B, set of whole numbers, so we have braces, x, such that x is an element of whole numbers less than 10. X is less than 10. Set B, x such that x is an element of whole numbers, x is less than 10. Perfect. Roster form, 9, 8, 7. And I'm going to go ... and I'm going to end at 0. I don't feel like writing it all out, but it needs to stop at 0. It can't just say ... because then that would be continuing into integers. Last one, set x is the set of even negative numbers. So we have set x, x such that, okay, there's no really symbol for even, so I'm just going to say x is an element of even, E-V-E-N, and even negatives, x is less than 0. And then in roster form, -8, -6, -4, -2. And that's our roster form. Tomorrow we will do a bunch of practice problems in class.